then let's yeah, Ethan, we can't hear you again. I don't know what's going on. All sorts of technology here on this on this pre-Thanksgiving episode. We are not thankful for technology at the moment here. Oh, oh, nothing.
Well,
Still nothing.
son of a bitch.
And
Well, I mean, I'll just go to my I told you so team
yeah,
because
who is your told you so team?
well, my disappointing team, they just fired their offensive coordinator today. My I told you so team fired their offensive coordinator last week, and that was the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC East. You never like it when people have to lose their job, but sometimes at the end of the day, you need to make changes for the better. And on Sunday, Buffalo looked like the team I thought they were going to be. They really played some complimentary football, 38 rushing attempts, and 130 yards, on the ground. Make sure Josh Allen doesn't take that abuse. Get other people going. Latavius Murray, James Cook. Just let that offensive line get moving forward.
We can
Ethan,
hear
welcome
you.
back.
Hey.
And then also, Buffalo spread the ball out more on offense. It wasn't just the Stephon Diggs show. Dalton Kincaid had 6 catches. James Cook had 3. Ty Johnson had 3. Khalil Shakir, he had 3 in that 81-yard touchdown pass where Sauce Gardner gave up on the play, and didn't want to make a tackle. But then also this Bills defense, they were fast and aggressive like they thought they'd be all year. 4 turnovers and 6 sacks. This is what teams do when they play bad teams, Detroit Lions. You beat the brakes off them. I don't care if Aaron Rodgers isn't playing and the Jets lost a starting tackle to start the game. You go out and you dominate these clowns. And we've been saying they need another pass rusher. Well, Leonard Floyd came to play on Sunday. He 2.5 sacks. And if they want to somehow get in the playoffs and make a run, he's got to be the guy. And this is, like I said, so Buffalo's my I told you so team because I thought this would be the team we'd see all year.
Yeah. Well, and they actually had some good balance too on offense. James Cook went 17 for 73. Latavius had 10 for 35. Josh Allen only had five rushing attempts, which right now in the season, that's about the cap that he should be at, and try to limit him from scrambling. So maybe Joe Brady has a plan and is learning from Ken Dorsey's failures. But Ethan, who do you have for your told you so team of the week?
I'm doing another position / player, but I'm going CJ Stroud. Yes, he's a rookie, but I was on the one that thought maybe Ohio State quarterbacks can't cut it in the NFL. He is absolutely changing my opinion on that. Like I mentioned him last week, but holy hell, he is incredible. Won another game. Tank Dell, his fellow rookie, 150 yards on eight catches on 10 targets. Like those two are honestly quickly becoming.
If I'm not mistaken, don't all 3 of us have Tank Dell on our fantasy teams?
Yes, and I'm the only one that started them this week. So
correct.
I still won by 20 points, so that's okay.
I did well. I knocked off the number 1 team, so we're sitting good. But they might be the best combo in the league right now, like legitimately. The last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you can't argue. Well,
even
that.
CJ didn't even play. This was not his best game by any means, but he does not get rattled. He does not get scared. He just keeps going. He's gonna learn from his mistakes. He's a rookie. Those mistakes are gonna happen, but he continue. You listen to Mark Schlereth talks about how in practice, or D'Amico Ryans, when they've gone through meetings together, when Mark's had their games, talked about how CJ is such a perfectionist about the way he goes about his craft that if he doesn't do something right, he wants to redo it and do it over with that same receiver so he gets it right, so they are on the same page, so they get that timing down, and he's only going to go up from here.
I was actually told by the guy I beat this weekend that CJ Stroud threw to him at the Senior Bowl or something, or the combine. That's what it was. Instead, he loved his routes, so they needed to go get him after he was drafted 2.
Huh. How
Yeah,
about
I
that?
thought that was pretty interesting.
That is. And
Well,
for me,
and got real quick on CJ here. We shouldn't be surprised that he doesn't back down. I mean, look at that Rose Bowl game against Utah. Garrett Wilson's out, Olave's out. Ohio State's dead to right. They're just kind of ho-humming around at halftime. It's whatever. We don't know who Marvin Harrison Jr. is. And then CJ just goes, all right, Live Jackson Smith and Jigba, let's play the best half of offensive football we've ever seen. And it's, also in the 2 biggest games of Ohio State's season these last 2 years, he wasn't the reason they lost that game.
No.
He did everything in his power to show up in a big
he was
game.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, how people
he let his inner Brian out.
How people didn't think he was a first-round quarterback after that Georgia game is unacceptable. You should not be allowed to talk football after that or work in the NFL.
I bought into the Ohio State stigma. I knew I fucked up, but I'm off that now.
Yeah. He might be the one to buck the trend. But
he's got that just California coolness to him, too.
Kid works he's a hard guy to root against, too. Just listening to him and hearing him talk, and guy you don't want to see fail. But my disappointing team is going to be the Washington Commanders. Like Ethan said, for his surprise team, it being the Giants, the Commanders. They outgained the Giants over 100 yards.
The I told you so team?
Yeah, or that's what I meant. Told you so. So when I was making this, I realized I kind of skipped out on doing a told you so for some reason, and I was kind of scrambling, but I also was not very high on Washington, and it was mostly because of the coaching staff. They were sloppy all game. The offensive line, they gave up 4 sacks. There were 13 sacks combined in this game. And the offensive line's been a problem all year. And Ron Rivera's seat keeps getting warmer and warmer. And with this new ownership group that's come in, you have to think that there's going to be a change sooner rather than later. And being a short week, depending on what happens on Thursday, they could be getting this might be the week to cut bait and get a new regime in and see what you have with Eric Bieniemy as the head coach.
I think it happens this week. If they lose by 3 possessions, which I think they very well could, it's done. Friday morning, we're going to wake up. I'm going to wake up from a screenshot from Dylan that's going to say, Adam Schefter breaking news, Ron Rivera out as Washington head coach.
Was Cam Newton to Juan Rivera as Tom Brady was to Bill Belichick?
Ooh. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's actually a great.
Well, Ron Rivera's only had like two seasons where he's had a winning record as a head coach.
I mean, both but Belichick sucked without Brady.
3. He's had 3. But yeah, you're probably not too far off.
I'm sorry. I don't think Belichick's as good as people think he is. I'm just going to be honest.
Well, but then Ethan, you're on to something, because also in Ron's first year in Washington, sure, Dak Prescott's ankle decided to go the wrong way, but it took Alex Smith to come with one leg to come and save that team.
Yeah,
I think it's legit.
Yeah, I think that is a legit argument that what Tom Brady was to Belichick, Cam Newton was to Ron Rivera in Carolina.
So yeah, that is something, that is a new perspective I have not thought of. So,
and when you have a quarterback like Cam, you can be Riverboat Ron because you trust Cam to make the right play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Cam's body is what failed him, and he just the style he played in, his body just gave up on him.
Yeah.
Well, and wrecking your car on the Charlotte Interstate doesn't help either.
Yeah, that's not a good strategy either. But let's